You've probably seen about 100 YouTube changed my life videos. And this one's kind of the opposite because YouTube had already changed my life. I had 500,000 subscribers. I was making 6 figures a year, and I walked away from all of that to start over here at 0. Well, it's been 90 days and this new channel has made me a grand total of $285. And I know exactly how that sounds. And by the end of this, I think you'll understand why I did it, why it was the right choice, and why it's not too late for you either. The seed had been planted in my brain that I wanted to start pivoting for several years now. And it wasn't because the channel wasn't getting any views. Like, the channel had one of its biggest breakout years in 2023, where I had multiple videos pop off. But in 2024, I had to take an entire year off of YouTube because I had the birth of my second son. And that whole second pregnancy and adjusting to mom life of 2 was a really, really hard time for me. And I just needed some time off. But I didn't do nothing during that year sabbatical off of YouTube. I did what half of the internet tells you should do. I launched a course. I spent half a year building out all of these modules to this course. I packaged it up and I wrote the sales page and I pitched it to my audience and I sold 1 spot, which I then refunded because I'm not going to launch a course to one person. Well, I'd spent all this time putting this course together and no one wanted to buy it. So I was like, you know what? I will just give it away for free. I thought I would start doing these types of videos on that old channel. Well, they flopped. So I unlisted all those videos and I sat on this idea that maybe I needed to start fresh because that channel was just too wrapped up in decades of data. When I say I walked away, everyone kind of pictures like the channel and the subscriber count. And yes, those are important, but to me, it was walking away from this personal brand that I'd built, the Hey Nadine travel vlogging brand. I spent over 14 years establishing myself as a top travel vlogger, and I was actually one of the first travel vloggers back in 2010. To successfully pivot that channel, I'd have to erase all of that history, all of those videos, and I wasn't prepared to do that. And when I launched this channel, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna succeed either. Like, I genuinely did not, because my courses at teaching content creation failed, my pivoting at content creation failed. Like, maybe what I have to share isn't as valuable as what I think it is, and people aren't as interested in it as I thought they would be. Which is again, a little bit of a gut punch. Like, where's my gut? That's my gut. This is a heart. This is what the first 90 days on this new channel is actually produced, though. Oh my goodness. So we've gotten 146,000 views, 9,500 watch hours, 3,900 new subscribers, and $285 in ad revenue. Saying those numbers to some of you might seem really small. Like, oh, that's it? Especially when you like compare it to my old channel. But actually, to me, those numbers are really big. And for some of you, they're also really big too. And I think they are good, like they're really good, because it could be 0. But what this really is to me is a signal that it wasn't 0. That there are some of you that actually do care what I have to say, that you are enjoying this content, that I'm actually genuinely helping you with my information, because I want to be here for a very long time. I want you to be here for a very long time because I truly know deep down in my core that YouTube is the platform that can change your life. The thesis of the video: your next big leap could be your next big break. Like, that was for me. The failed pivots, the failed course launch, to starting over here at 0. It was like, I tried, and then I succeeded. And I want you to keep trying too, because you don't know how many tries it's going to take you before you get your big break. And I wish I could tell you, but until you get there, you won't know either. And let me just go back to that $285 number again on my AdSense, because that is not all that I've made from this channel so far. I have made over 4 figures in digital products and affiliates. You know, the shelf that you see down there, the links that are in my description. I have secured over 5 figures in brand deals throughout the end of this year. And I do have plans to launch yet another version of my failed course. I mean, I'm hoping it's not going to fail this time, but there is plans to launch another version of it that I am very excited about. And maybe I'll sell more than one copy this time. Who knows? Like, that's in 90 days. And imagine if I had started in September, I would have another 7 months of that, because I launched this at the end of March. And I am going to do a full income and monetization kind of breakdown in its own video on this channel, because I know that you guys are curious. We're all just a little nosy about that, right? And I'm fine. Like, I'm fine to share that with you. If you want it, you might not want it. Do you want it? I don't know. 3 things I want to leave you with. The thing that you've built is not who you are. The number one thing that this new channel has done for me is it's validated the idea that I can build from zero. I can create a whole new identity for myself, and that I wasn't stuck in that Hey Nadine identity, that personal brand. I get to reinvent the whole next decade of my career, which is so fun. Like, I don't view that as scary. I view that as exciting. You can reinvent yourself and you can do many careers in your life. I hope I've been able to prove that with this new rebirth of YouTube guru Nadine. An audience is rented, a skill is owned. If you are just starting out on YouTube, what you don't have, what you really don't have, and what's actually going to take you the most amount of time is building the skill of YouTube. Because once you have that skill, the algorithm nowadays in 2026 is actually so easy. It really is. Like, you can blow up like that on a small channel, on a brand new channel. That is because it's so heavily focused on individual videos and not the subscriber or the channel average. So that is really what's holding you back, is your skills. You need to build skills. That's why I was able to get the numbers I happen in 90 days, because I had those YouTube skills. I wasn't starting at 0 YouTube skills. And that's why it might take you longer. But that doesn't mean you can't get there. It doesn't mean you won't get there. It just means we need to keep working on those skills. That's why it's never too late. I almost didn't start this channel because there was a little voice in my head that was telling me I missed it. I've heard that saying every single year on YouTube. It was very prominent around the 2013, 14 era. In 2020, people were saying, "Oh, we missed the boat on YouTube. You should have joined in 2018." People say it every single year. As long as there are people coming to YouTube wanting to watch content on YouTube, they need content to watch, and you could be the one giving them that content, producing those videos. That's why it's never too late. You'll never know which video will be, what your number will be before you get your first viral video, before your first video blows up and it completely changes your life, because that's how YouTube works. It's like nothing, 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 and then you blow up and your life's changed. But you'll never get there if you give up. So I don't want you to give up. If you want this, if you really want this. Now, if you want to see what my very first week on this YouTube channel looked like, the numbers, I'll give you a hint. They were very low. You can go watch this video right here.